Okay. Um, Good morning, everybody. This is Animal Paradise. I want to make this video this morning because where I am is a kind of it's very hot. The temperature is hot, and then sometimes the phone I'm using right now, the temperature used to affect it when everywhere is very hot. It will be skipping. My voice will not be following up with the the video. I seen it, so that's why I decided to make it this morning. It has been long overdue, but I've not had the opportunity to talk about it because of temperature. The very first thing I want to say is that animals are things that have life. Because they have life, their life can end. When their life ends, we call it mortality. There are a lot of things that can end the life of animals. The major one is the viral disease called PPR, or viral diseases. The major one is PPR. There is pox disease and so many other diseases that can end the life of an animal. I've seen it. Now, the fact that you have vaccinated your animals against PPR, or you bought animals that are vaccinated from a farm, that doesn't mean the animals cannot die. They can still die because the vaccination or the vaccine is just to solve one particular problem that kills the animal. There are other things that kills animals. I will talk about some of them. Some easily identified ones and some difficult to identify. Take for instance PPR, easily identified. If PPR is affecting your animals, meanwhile, if your animals have PPR, they can be treated. And if you detect PPR on time, they can be treated. And secondly, the fact that you buy vaccinated animals does not mean that they will not show symptoms of PPR. They can show symptoms of PPR sometimes. And some of the times they can still have cough, they can have catarrh, they can have diarrhea. The difference is that because they have been vaccinated, when you treat them, they will respond fast. Sometimes only 2 days treatment will make them look okay. Only 2 days treatment because they have been vaccinated or they are vaccinated animals. If they have not been vaccinated, the PPR will wear them out and the percentage of survival will be very low or slim. I've seen it. So even in your major herd, if you have vaccinated animals in your farm, after like 7 months, some of them will begin to show symptoms of PPR because the PPR must have expired in their system. So the fact that you buy the vaccinated animal does not just mean that you will no longer manage them. And then before you start goat farming, you must put management in place. Goat farming is not just to build a pen and buy goats. And the goats will be dying because there must be management. I think that's one of the points I want to talk about. How that you must have a trained person to take care of them. I remember vividly those days when we were small, even though most times it doesn't happen anymore now. If a younger girl, human being, if a younger girl or a younger woman gives birth, an older woman will go to help her take care of her baby. And they will go to help her take care of her baby. One reason being that maybe she's not strong enough. Another reason being that maybe she's not experienced enough. She's not experienced enough to take care of the newborn baby. So also most times when you get goats, I've said it before and I'm saying it again, the way you train goats in the villages is not the way you train goats in the farm. The goats in the villages actually train themselves. They don't cost the owner any money. They go out, they pick things, they come back. They are not limited. They have freedom to many of the things they want to do by themselves. but the goats in the farm is limited to only the feed you're giving them. And most of the times, the emotional condition of goats used to determine their survivability. If you're training goats and they are happy, they'll be doing well. If you're training them and they are not happy, they will not be doing well. Their happiness is determined by their having freedom to do what they want to do at any point in time. If you put them on zero grazing, they will not be so happy. It is not just food and water that they need. Sometimes the Nigerian dwarf want to stroll and they want to take a walk. Just like a human being will say, want to take a walk. They want to take a walk. They are not going anywhere. They just want to like browse around, check around, make some troubles, come back home. It's part of their system. If they don't have opportunity to do that, then they'll just be there eating and being unhappy. Anytime disease attack them, they will just affect them so much. Have you seen it? So PPR can kill your goats. Pox disease. So a friend of mine have pox outbreak in his farm now. Even though he's having sheep, they have a lot of pox outbreak. The worker did not know it was pox. He saw some lumps on the skin of one sheep. He said, okay, he called the boss and said, Oga, we need to vaccinate. And we need to deworm. Not knowing it wasn't deworm. He thought it was just a skin issue. Not knowing it was pox. And then 5 days later or 1 week later, 15 of them have it. And the man didn't even understand it. And I told him that, look, that is a very, very bad situation. Call the best vet doctor in the area that you are in. Let them attend to the issue. Let them attend to the issue. And sometimes, if you have a problem in your farm, if you meet up with the wrong people, the problem will be a big problem. But if you meet up with the right person who have the right solution, the problem will be a small thing. And it will be a very, very small thing. There are people that are experts in ruminants. If you get an expert in ruminants, he knows 1 or 2 stunts to do to give you results. And if you meet someone who is not an expert, he will be reading the books and following the books. Reading the book and following the books is going to give a big problem. Take for instance, in my own farm now, there was a time we had many animals that have worm load. I have my own stunt. To get rid of those worms, irrespective of how heavy the loads are. In 2 weeks, I'll break it. Then I have some workers there. 2 of my workers are vet doctors, actually, though one have gone back. Is going to come back. Both of them were together there. Then one goat now had a high worm load. They didn't even know. I came back, they say, the goat, he will fall down. He can't stand up. I say, it's something that is eating up his energy. He's eating, the food is eating, is not producing results. Something is eating up his energy. They used to speak English. They were speaking all those English. I said, look, if you go to your school, you will speak that English. In practical life, give this goat ivermectin. They gave it ivermectin. I said, for 3 days. Thank God I was there for that 3 days. They gave it ivermectin and levamisole for 3 days. The goat now started, if it doesn't fall anymore, it was not doing well. And I said, the fact that we've done this doesn't mean we should rest. We should watch it. If the ivermectin respond, or if the goat respond to the ivermectin and is doing well, we will stop. But if it doesn't respond, we're going to repeat this treatment next week. They were speaking English. They were speaking their English. I said, Oga, give this thing ivermectin again. This one said this one said that one, the other. Both of them finally told me that I should give the animal, I should give the meds, I should allow time for the medicine they have given it to work. And I said, okay. Few days ago, they are not calling me that the goat, if he fall down again, he cannot stand up again. And I said, if not that, for one small reason, I would have deducted 10,000 from you people's salary. I'm telling you practically what is going on. You are speaking English for me. Are you saying now that you did not follow up that treatment on this animal? Then you the thing went back. The worms overshadowed the animals again. If you had given it a second booster shot the next week, it would have beaten down that worm totally. And the animals would be okay. They were not looking at me. They are trained vet doctors, actually. They are trained vet doctors, two of them. Trained. But they are not ruminant specialists. They are not ruminant specialists. There are some vet doctors who are specialized in dogs, in cats. Some are specialized in poultry beds. Some are specialized in pigs. There are some that are specialized in goats, sheep, and cows. When you get those that are specialized in goats, sheep, and cows, not that all of them were not trained together, but it's just that over the time, what they have been practicing in is what they are experienced in. I have donkeys in my farm. These two doctors have not trained donkey before. They have not attended to donkey before. So also some others have not attended to monkey. Some doctors don't know how to attend to monkey. I've seen it. But if they go on research, they can do the book thing. But we in the practical field, we know that the book thing most of the times does not give 100% result. It just gives you an idea of what to do and give you an idea. But if you're practicing every time on the animal, you will now know that there are sometimes you have to do beyond the books. Take for instance, some drugs will tell you to give 1 meal for 50 kg. Sometimes you will give 2 meal for 15 kg. Just 2 meal, more than the normal prescription, because you know that that is how you're going to boost it and get results. Are you seeing it? So most of the times, it is good to involve people who have knowledge. I met a guy who is not educated, but he knows how to take care of goats. If you see the goats I took to that place, my God, those goats are growing and getting fat. They are growing and getting fat. I came there and I said, Alaji, how are you doing this thing? He knows what to do. He knows what to do. Sometimes when he even goes out to cut grasses for those animals, he knows specific grasses to cut for them in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. And he has a way of just knowing what to do, and he's getting results. He's not educated. He did not go to school. But he's experienced in training the ruminants. So, PPRO can slash out your animals, can slay your animals. Pox disease can slay your animals. Another problem that can slay your animals under your nose is worm. Worms can slay your animals under your nose, especially those animals that we are bringing from the north to the south, especially Sahel, the Sahelian breed, the Sokoto red. Worms does not always affect the Nigerian dwarf. Maybe because they are eating in the south and they are used to grasses, and then their system is used to managing worms. So even though it's there, it can still be managing it. But once you relocate those Sahelian that is living in the desert and eating dry feed, if you bring them to begin to graze wet feed, my brother, the way worms will attack them, even though you follow all the rules of letting them coming out when the grasses are green, the grasses are dried after 10 o'clock in the morning and all those stuff, or cutting grasses and waiting them before you feed it to them. One small worm enter their system, it will show in their body very fast. So worms can affect your animals. And then deworming is technical. The fact that you give all your herd one meal of ivermectin this week or this month does not mean you should just relax. You must learn to observe the animals. If the wormer you gave them is producing results, if he respond, if he produce results. If he doesn't produce results, deworm them again. And then you should learn to get a combination of dewormers that work. There are injectables, there are oral dewormers. Sometimes you combine them. You combine them. And most of the times, all these things I'm saying may kill some of your animals. They may kill some of them. That's why I'm talking about mortality. And the fact that you have vaccinated animals does not mean that nothing can happen to them again. Worms can happen to them. And worms can happen to them. You can leave them there. They'll be eating. They'll not be growing. You'll be feeding them. You'll not be seeing results. They'll be slain. Some people used to complain that the Sahelian breed are always slim. If they have worms, they'll be slim. Sometimes, if you're able to really get them to a position where they are doing well, they are very fine, they are robust. They are not as robust as the Nigerian dwarf, but you will see the fatness and the fineness in them. So, learn to know that worms can affect your animals. I'm going to give some signs of worms. One of the signs of worms is that they will be eating, they'll be getting lean. They'll be eating very well, they'll be active, they'll be eating. But you'll be seeing them every day, they'll be getting lean. That's one sign of worm. If you see that, suspect worm in the animal. Number two, their lap, the back leg, they will be having a kind of a dirty color at the back leg. If they are black, they will not be having something like a brownness there. If they are white, they'll be having something like a brownness in their back leg. The ending of their back leg towards their tail, you'll be seeing a different color there. Sometimes it will be black, brown, sometimes it will be dirty. And then generally their body, if they are white animal, their white will not be very dirty. It will be very dirty. Sometimes you will be thinking that it is because of the sand in the area that they are walking up and down. That's why they are dirty. No, it is worm that used to make them look dirty. If your animals are looking dirty, any color they are in, maybe brown, black, white, any color they are looking dirty, suspect worms. And there are technicalities in deworming. Deworm them until you know the worms are down. Deworm them until you know the worms are down. It is not compulsory you must deworm them once a week. There are times when they have heavy worm load, you can deworm them 3 times in a week. And then you can use one dewormer. Sometimes you can combine 2 dewormers. Injectable and oral. You can combine them. Depends on the condition of the worm. And then if you have goats, go for training. Training as in when you have the goats, not training before you have the goats. The training you have before you have the goats, you will not be able to relate with it. I know a lot of people go to seminars and go to this and go to that. All the things they teach in that seminar, if you don't have animals, you will not be able to relate with the teaching. But if you have goats already, or you have animals already, then you're not going for training, you will be able to relate. When they say something, you will notice. You will notice it. Okay, maybe this, okay, I've observed this kind of thing in my farm. I've observed this kind of thing in my farm. That training is more better than the ones you acquire before going in. Are you seeing it? It is more better. And then secondly, I want to say that animal owners, a major part of what we do is observe. Sometimes we go to the point of using a big grammar to represent the word observe. We say health check. Health check. Every morning you do health check. Health check means analyzing each animal and seeing how it did over the night. Oga, did you sleep well? You carry your animal, you check. Oga, did you sleep well? Oga, how was your night? Yeah, so that's head check. You carry him, you look at him up and down. How was your night? How did you do? Did you sleep well? Was there too much cold? Was there too much heat? You check the animal, and then you let it pass. And at this point, I want to say that if you are building your pen, build your pen in a way that will allow you access to the animals easily. And so that if you want to catch the animal, you'll be able to catch them easily. Build the pen, create paddocks, create doors, lock them inside the paddock so that if you enter inside that paddock, you can catch them easily. And not some people who have animals, you can't access that animal. Yeah, you'll just be looking at all of them inside the compound. You cannot run and catch one. Are you seeing it? So you must create a way. And then if you're training animals or you're having goats, your goats must always enter inside their pen to sleep at night. You train them to do that. Don't leave them to be sleeping in the whole compound. Chase them inside their pen, lock it. If you're able to do that for like five days, 7 days, the animals will be going in by themselves. They will learn how. They are very intelligent animals. The goats are very intelligent goats. They will learn how to go inside that room and sleep there by themselves. So train them to know where to go and sleep, and then create that place in a way that you can have access to the animal, to the goats. You can catch them easily, check their body. If you suspect anything in their bum, sometimes small diarrhea used to start as if it's heat. Their tail will be wet. So you catch it, you check if it's diarrhea that is on their tail, or if it's heat that is wetting their tail, or if it's a partial miscarriage that is starting on their tail. Sometimes as they are wagging their tail, they'll be wetting the two sides of their bum. The two sides of their bum will be wet. You have to check what is wrong there. If it's heat that is making it their own heat, that is on their menstrual cycle, their ovulation, or it is miscarriage. Some goats used to have partial miscarriage. Blood will just come out of their bum, and they will have miscarriage. Their bum will be wet. And sometimes it can be small diarrhea that is starting. If you observe diarrhea on time, you quickly give it a medicine that can solve the diarrhea. So viral diseases can slay your goats. PPRO, pox, and some others. Worms can slay your goats. The fact that you have vaccinated goat does not mean you should leave them like that. You have to follow proper management. You have to manage your farm. Thirdly, cold can slay your goats. I came to the north. I'm in Kwara State, Ilorin. I was here before. I did some business. I saw some kind of opportunity. I came back again. Though this may be my last trip on this state this year, because I'm going to another state. There are some other opportunities in another state. But when I came here first time, their sun was hot. I was complaining it was hot. But when I came here this second time, the sun is so hot that it used to affect me. If I'm walking inside that sun, after some time I'll notice that I'm dehydrating highly. I need water. I said, but I was here before. Yeah, but that time I was here, the sun was not so hot. But now the sun is so hot. So I keep drinking water. Sometimes after drinking like 3 bottles water, I will not be normal. Yeah, I'll not notice that, okay, my body is normal, I have energy, I can move. Yeah, but after like 2-3 hours, if I dehydrate again, I'm not like, okay, I need to drink water. So I'm not regulating I'm not drinking water every time. I don't drink that water in my state. Even when I came before, I didn't drink that water like that, the quantity of water. So sometimes when animals change location, their body system, the way they relate or respond to the environment or to nature may also change. Have you seen it? In my state, I don't drink so much water like that. So also all these goats, when they come from the north, I have said it before, in this northern region or whatever regions they are coming from, there is breeze. There is a big difference between breeze and cold. Breeze is on your skin. The breeze will be blowing on your skin. There is no water inside the air that is blowing. But if you go to the south of Nigeria, there is water inside the breeze that is blowing. So where the breeze you have in the north will meet your skin and go away, it won't enter into your lungs, into your internal system and be congesting it and give you cough, cold. The one in the south, when it breathes on you, it will enter into your system and give you catarrh, cough, and congest your system. Are you seeing it? It will congest your system. So just as how the northern sun is affecting me, the southerner, that is how the southern cold is affecting the northern animal. So if you bring animal either from north, middle belt, anywhere, even from and if you change their location, change their condition also. Put them in a covered house, or a pen, but let it be covered. Let it have a door. Let it have a window. Put them inside there. Lock the door. Lock the window. Let them be inside there. Sometimes when you bring in animal newly into your farm, you have to on fire for them for a minimum of 12 days for them to get used to. In the morning, they will go out into the compound and browse and eat, do everything. In the night, you get charcoal stove, the one that those poultry guys used to use. You put it inside your pen, maybe 2, 3, or 4. You put charcoal there and on it. If you have cameras inside your pen, you will be watching all those animals in the night. You will see that they will go close to that fire and lie down, showing you that that is what they need. So anytime you bring in new animals, whether vaccinated, whether not vaccinated, whether village goats, whether any goats, put fire for them. As far as you are relocating they are moving them from one place to another place. You're relocating them from one environment to another environment. It can be in the same state. On fire for them. Put charcoal there, on fire for them for like 12 days. Buy a bag of charcoal. Be on fire for them. As you are quarantining them, be on fire for them. It will help them because cold used to kill goats. I talk about the symptoms of PPR: catarrh, cough, diarrhea, losing appetite, having white spit in their mouth, high temperature. That is symptoms of PPR. I talk about worms. Worms is that their skin will be dirty. They'll be eating, they'll be getting lean. Their skin will be dirty. Will be looking rough. You wonder why is the skin not smooth and shining. And an animal is supposed to have a smooth and shiny skin. All this one will be having scattered hair. The hair will be scattered. It will be going different direction. They will not smooth together. And they will be very dirty. That is worm. They'll be eating, they'll be getting lean. Sometimes they'll be lacking energy because the worms are consuming their energy. They'll be lacking energy. And that's symptoms of worms. The symptoms of cold is that the animal will not have catarrh, it will not have cough, it will not have diarrhea, it will not have scattered skin, it will look very, very healthy, but it will not be eating. To just stay in one place and be lonely. If it's very lonely like that, in 3 days, the animal will just fall and just die. They will be lonely. If you touch it, the body will be hot. But because they are goats, most people are not able to touch them. If you go close to them, they will run. That's why you must build your pen in a way that you can access your animals easily, catch them and feel them. They will have high temperature because cold has entered their body. They will be managing that cold. They'll be managing it until 3, 4, 5 days they will die off. Sometimes cold can kill them in 3 days. Cold can kill them even in 2 days. Once they enter their system, and when cold want to kill animals, sometimes they used to die in the daytime. In the daytime, you just see them just fall down, and that's the end. The goat will just fall down, and that's the end. Sometimes you walk into your pen in the morning, you see all of the goats will just be freezed on the ground. You just die on the ground, freeze there. No catarrh, no cough, no diarrhea, no rough hair cuts, nothing. It's just dead. It's cold that murdered it. Even though you cover your pen, check out the season. If everywhere is cold, go and on fire for your goats. Sometimes when you lock your door and lock your window inside your house on top of your bed, you will see use a cloth to cover your body. Some people use wrapper to cover their body. Some people use a thick cloth, duvet, to cover their body. Their windows are locked, their doors are locked. How is cold still coming in? Meanwhile, your own goats are outside there. You're not caring about them. You're not thinking, not about caring, you're not thinking that cold can also worry them. Cold can, or cold does worry them. So when you see everywhere is cold or rain is about to fall, on fire for your goats. Have a charcoal bag of charcoal in your farm. Have charcoal pots. The reason why I say charcoal pots, you should not open fire on the ground, and then you go and enter your pen and burn your pen down. So have a charcoal pot. And because some of these workers that we are employing, their character, we cannot use English language to describe it because the English we will speak, some people say we are using bad languages. Some of them used to behave abnormal. You can tell them on fire for the goat, on fire for the goat. Then once set fire, the fire will enter the pen and burn down the pen. They will be shouting and shouting and shouting and shouting. I don't know how they are able to make farm owners do that. Some of them just make you shout. They make you shout. They make you talk. You tell them, Oga, go and do this, go and do that, go and do this, go and do that. They will agree with you, but they will not do it. You come back shouting. You come back shouting. So get charcoal stove. Don't let your people use open fire except you are there to monitor that open fire. And then open fire, breeze can still blow some particles of it and it will enter the dry wood in the pen, and then the open is down. Get charcoal stove, get charcoal bags of charcoal on it. Let there be heat inside there. And then somebody was talking about a heat lamp. In Nigeria now, where electricity is luxury, I'm not sure we'll be able to use heat lamp. And we don't have electricity in our country, and it's a big shame. I've been in this Kwara State for some time now. There's no light. They said they've not been light since I left, and when I came that first time, there was no light. Now there is no light, and it is not only in this Kwara State. In my state where I came from, there is no light. They will give you light as if they are doing you good. And so how the government is able to do that, I don't know. We cannot be using generator to power heat lamp every night. Are you seeing it? So that's why we resort to charcoal. And then most farms don't also have electricity. Some of the farms are far away. Electricity have not gotten there. And so those we use gen when we want to use electricity for some equipment. But heat lamp is something you power from 7 p.m. to maybe 6 a.m. And then you can't be powering it with electricity with generator every day. The cost of fuel now very expensive. Those days when fuel was not so expensive, we can take some risk. But now that fuel is very expensive, sometimes we minimize the use of generator to limit costs of running the farm. Are you seeing it? So on charcoal will cost you money to buy it. After that, it won't cost you any other money. I think it's cheaper. On charcoal, some people go to the extent of making charcoal. I remember a farm had a worker one time who know how to make charcoal. He would just get some woods together and arrange them and go get sawdust. There's what they call sawdust. He use bag to get sawdust. He will cover the wood with sawdust and create a kind of a vent inside that pyramid kind of thing that he's making with the sawdust and the wood. You arrange wood, you cover the wood with sawdust. It look like a pyramid. You create a kind of a vent on it and then set fire on it. So you'll be seeing smoke coming out. The fire will be burning inside and smoke will be coming out from the vent or the chimney. And then at the end, the smoke is down, the charcoal is ready. I said, if you have that kind of a worker, it's an advantage. You can be making charcoal for you free of charge, because what they need to make charcoal is actually free in the bushes where we do the farms. So cold can kill your goats. Cold does kill goats, and it kills them without symptoms. A goat that is just doing well, you think he's doing well, you check his back, check his front. That's why you must be touching your goats every time, and you'll be observing. If they are slowing down, if your animal is slowing down, it's no longer as active as it used to be. Oga, observe something and observe it very well. When you open the door for them, a goat does not walk out of the pen. Especially the Nigerian dwarf goats, they don't walk out of the pen. They run out of the pen. Once you open their door, if you see any Nigerian dwarf goat that is catwalking, Oga, observing, something's wrong with him. They always run. And because there's a kind of a jealousy spirit that moves around them. When one goat run, the other ones think that it's going to go and eat, so they will run and follow. After running, and they see that there's nothing, they will stop. So if your dwarf goat does not run, observe him. The Sokoto Red also, observe the way they behave. Sokoto Red, sometimes they'll come out of the pen and just sit lie down somewhere and relax. That's even the Sahelian. They used to do that. They have the same similar character. While the Nigerian dwarf will run out and go and be eating and playing. These animals, if they are not going to eat, you open their pen, they'll just walk out small, small. They will stand. Some will go and lie down again because they are used to eating in the afternoon. They will go and lie down again and relax somewhere. They will not just go straight to feed. And they won't go straight to feed. They will relax, hang around. And the Nigerian dwarf will disappear into the field. I said it. Observe how your animals are doing. If they don't do that, suspect something. And that's what we mean when we say sometimes we use the word training goats. And we train goats. Have you seen it? And rather than the English word goat breeding. And goat breeding has a lot to do with the multiplication of the numbers in the context of the definition. But the local word training goats means observing these goats and teaching them how to behave in line with your farm pattern. With your farm pattern. Have you seen it? Like our goats, we have fence. When they escape out of the fence, they are going to come back later to come and tell you to open the door for them. Because they cannot enter through where they escaped from. They used to escape from under the net. They will pass under the net and escape. Sometimes they will not even remember where they came out from. But after doing all that they do in the farms, in all the neighboring farms and everywhere, some will just take a stroll. They are never going to eat. They will take a stroll and just walk around the whole farm. Later, they will come back to the gate. If they see that the gate is not open, they will go to the door of the house where the worker is staying. They will go there and be shouting, meh, 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 meh. They'll be facing inside the room and be shouting, meh, meh. If the worker is sleeping, he will hear their noise and come out. Once he come out and open the gate, they will enter. So they actually came back to enter. They came back to enter. And they will go and call the boy to come and open the door for them. Have you seen it? Because they've been trained. They've been trained. We came to this Kwara State. We mistakenly took somebody's goat and we're going to return it. After I think we're going to return it Friday, maybe like Tuesday or Wednesday. We're going to return it. We bought some goats. We put them inside one car. The goats were not arranged. I not told the driver to park well. We now brought some goats down from our car vehicle. We now tied their legs because some were stepping on top of some and they were just making not well arranged. So we now tie their legs and arrange them. If you tie their leg and arrange them, they will stay in that position till you get to where you're going to. Because most of them have not entered a vehicle before, so they are agitated. When you put them in the vehicle, they'll be troubled. We now tie them. After we arrange them on the floor, this human being goat, he saw other goats there. We were busy trying to arrange the car and being tensed up with arranging the goats inside the car. He now came and stand with the goats, all our goats. He now stood there with them. And so funny, he had rope on his neck. When I now look, I say, see this one don't lose, this one don't lose, this one don't lose. I now try to hold it because I was holding many. We tied some down, I was holding others. And I wanted to hold him. He now jump. The other guy had catch him easily. And I said, thank you. And I held his rope and kept him by my side. Then we now finish arranging the vehicle. We now put the ones down inside the vehicle. As we were putting down, one small boy, he now came. He said that goat is his father's goat. Everybody was now quarreling with him. That, what was your father goat doing here? I better get out. That's how this small boy used to make trouble. This, that. Everybody were quarreling with him. We also were quarreling with him. We now put all those goats inside the vehicle. As we were going, I now told my friend, and I said, that boy might be right. Oh. He said it's not right. How can it be right? That the goat have rope in his neck. I said, but even though it has rope, the behavior of that goat is very strange. It doesn't run from human being. It did not run. He came to meet us by himself. He did not run. I'm not sure. And then the color. I'm not sure we bought any of those color because I personally paid for each of these goats. I didn't buy that color. And we selected the ones we needed. That color, I didn't choose that color. He said it's our goat. And I said, okay, maybe it's an oversight. Yeah, but I said the boy may be right. When I finally got home and counted our goats, I found out that we have one extra. Even in the morning, before we started counting, as I entered into the pen where we kept them, The goat came to meet me. I said, this goat, his behavior is strange. The behavior of this goat is very strange. He will just come and meet you and stay with you. Other goats used to run from human being. He used to come and stay with you. And I remember that, okay, that guy said it is his daddy's goat. So that goat maybe used to eat, as the human beings are eating, they used to feed him from as they are eating, they used to feed him close to themselves. That's why he's not running from human being. That is how he is trained. So my friend and I agreed that we're going to return it. We're going to return it back to those people. And I said, okay, let us go and tell them that the goat is with us. He said, no, that we should carry the goat and go there. I said, but it will be a long time before we go there. It will take some time because we are busy with other activities. We can't just go back to that side. That place is far. The place where that community is very far. And we can't just go back there. Transportation to that place will cost us 5,000 to one junction, 2,000 to the community. Then we are coming back again. It will cost us close to 20,000 naira. So and I said, we cannot just go, but let's go and tell them that their goat is with us. They said no, that they'll be very angry. That if we tell them the goat is with them, we didn't bring it, they'll be angry. So let's wait till when we're able to take it there. And I said, okay. But the goat was trained, even though his training made him almost lost his life. He was trained to behave in a way. So learn to train your goats. One of the training you will give your goats is teaching them to sleep inside their pen. Teach your goat to sleep inside their pen. It will help you to control those goats. There's a worker I have in my farm before. I told him 6 o'clock, chase all the goats inside. Then you close and go. Sometimes I'll be looking in the camera, 7 o'clock, he's still there. And I ask him, why are you there? 7 o'clock, we are still inside the bush and the goats are still outside. He said he have to wait. That if he goes to chase all those goats by 6 o'clock, they'll be using him to play. They'll be stressing him. So, but if he waits after 6 to 7, that the goats will be coming back to enter inside by themselves. So all he will need to do is close the door, count them. If they are not complete, he will know that 1 or 2 is outside. He will go and chase that one down. Instead of him laboring, running around in the bush, at the end, he will not be tired. He won't have strength to walk down to the village. So he observed that because the goats are trained, they are not stressing him. They are not stressing him. So train your goats. Build a comfortable pen for your goats. And then teach them to sleep inside. You chase them in there. You lock them inside there. Every night. Every night. Our goats, we open them 10 o'clock. Anything 2 minutes after 10, you don't open them. Oh God. The noise that they'll be making. I don't know how they used to know time. They know time. Once it's their grazing time and you don't open them out to graze, oh, you'll be hearing noise. Meh, 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 meh. The male will be hitting the zinc. Thank God we have a chain link before the zinc. You see them hitting the zinc. They want to come out. They know it's the time for them to come out. It's a training that they have gotten. Every animal can be trained like that. Every animal. So train your goats. It will help. Training them means just for some days you just teach them how to do what to do. Take for instance, if you bring them newly, lock them inside the pen, feed them there. Anywhere you put an animal and you feed him for 5 days, give him food and water in a particular location for 5 days, that's his house now. Anywhere he goes, he'll come back to that location. So if you bring them to your pen, put them inside there for like 5 days, feed them there, give them water there. Anytime you open door, they'll go and they'll always return back to that place. We call it training goats. We are training goats. So we'll give them patterns on what they should do and look at what they should do and how they should behave. At the end, it will be for our own advantage. To be for our own advantage. That's that. I was intending to use 1 hour, but I have 1 or 2 points more. I may cut this video and make a new video because it will not be good for the video to last 1 hour 30 minutes. The other thing I want to talk about is patience. Patience. I've talked about mortality in goats. It's a major part of goat farming, mortality. Anything and everything can kill your goats. But if you're able to dot the I's and cross the T's, your animals will no longer be dying. If you do all that you're supposed to do, they will no longer be dying. And that is that. Then the goat farmer must be patient. Must be patient. If you're running a goat farm for the first 2 years, 3 years, you may not have tangible profits. You may not have tangible profits. That's why sometimes I say that goat farming is not a business. It is an investment. It's something you put in money, you wait for a long time. And if you have goats, you may not make profit in 2 years, direct profit. But if you count the increase of your herd as profits, indirect profits, when it comes to giving out goods and getting money in exchange, you may not make that in 3 years. In 3 years, because if you have 100 goats or 50 goats in January, all things being equal, by July, those 50 goats will give birth to another 50. Another 50. Let us say 45. Maybe some may have miscarriage and all that. The new 50 they give birth to, you will not sell those 50 to make money in that 6 months. Because in that 6 months, you have big 50 goats, you have small 50 goats. You're not going to sell the big 50 goats who gave birth. At the same time, the small 50 goats are too small to be sold for reasonable amount. So you're going to sustain them for another 6 months, making 1 year. And in that next 6 months, which is December now, the small goat that were 6 months, that were 1 month, 6 months ago, they're going to be 6 months old now. And then the big goats are going to give birth again. So you're going to be having like 150 goats, 50 goats matured mother goats, which you are now in love with them because they are giving birth. And then you're going to have 50 juvenile goats. You're going to also be in love with them because they are so smart and jumping up and down and entertaining you. And then you're going to have small goats that is going to be like a toy or a plaything to you. You're going to just fall in love with them. So at the end of that 1 year, you will want to use all the females that were born in your farm to increase the number of goats you have. So you had 50 and they multiplied. You will want to have 150. You may not want to sell. And even though you want to sell, there will not be big money because they are still baby goats and they are still juvenile goats. They will not make much money. So you will not sustain them again for the next year. Are you seeing it? Now, this table calculation I'm doing is a table calculation. It's not applicable in real life. That you have 50 goats in January, you're going to get 50 goats of kids in July. Mortality will be in there. Some will want to give birth, some will die. And then because your farm is a new farm, you will not know how to take care of baby goats. Cold will also kill some. So the number may not be that 50, but the number will increase. But the point I'm proving is you may not want to sell them. Because if you want to sell them, you will not sell them for good money. So the farmer must be patient. Goat is not fish. Goat is not poultry. If you get some broiler chickens, in 8 weeks they are ready. But if you get goats, in 2 years they are not ready. They are not ready. They are not ready. And if you get, I think pigs is even faster. I think pigs are faster. There are some pigs you can actually sell for 10 months. I think so. But when it comes to goats, it's a matter of being patient. Allow your herd to increase. Because if you finally raise 150 goats over 3 years for sale, you're going to sell that goat in 2 weeks. I mean, it don't go up to 2 weeks. It will not be up to. By the time you announce that you have good breed, vaccinated goats for sale, one person can buy the whole 100 if they know it's a vaccinated goat. There is a farm that is selling and the goats are vaccinated. One person can just clear the whole 100. Have you seen it? And you sell the whole 100 goats today. Tomorrow, you don't have anything to sell again. You don't have anything to sell. You now go and start from the scratch. And so that's why it's good to be patient, be increasing your herd, either by buying to join, buy quarantine vaccinated to join, or buy vaccinated ones to join, or allow your herd to be increasing by giving birth. Remember, I said goat farming is not a business, it is an investment. You put the money there, you allow it to mature. Allow the money to mature. And all those things I'm saying, there are a lot of T's to cross, a lot of I's to dot. Your workers will give you issues, be patient. Don't sell your farm because you're not getting the expected results. And don't sell your farm or your animals because you hear that Animal Paradise said that if you have 50 goats in January, by July they will become 100. I told you just now, it's on top of the table talk. We are saying on top of the table. It does not work like that in real life. In real life, some goats will give birth, some goats, the babies will die. Some, before they give birth, the mother and the baby will die. Some of those 50 goats that were pregnant, some will give birth to premature. Are you seeing it? So there are a lot of odds in it. A lot of odds in it. Some of the goats may not be pregnant. If you bring 50 goats out in January and bring a male to them, some of them may not be pregnant. And then we come to understand that there are some, okay, I'll talk about that in the other point. There are some female goats that doesn't get pregnant. They are barren. They are barren. They will be there for years. They will not get pregnant. And the funniest part is that their stomach will always be big. Their stomach will be big. If you tear it, now food is there inside. They are always pregnant, never giving birth. So don't sell your farm because your boys are worrying you. It's part of the learning process. Sack the boys and get new workers. In my farm, I've done that before. And part of the orientation that I give my new workers is to tell them that I've employed over 50 workers in that farm. More than. I'm not looking for manager. I'm the manager. I'm the one to tell you what to do, how to do, what to do, when to do, what to do. But if you don't do well, you are gone. There are times I have sacked workers over the phone and there's nobody in my farm. That's why you see I always program the farm for the animals to have a way of feeding themselves, drinking water, going inside by themselves. So the farm can run itself without a human being. Just open the door. If the worker leaves on Monday or leaves on Monday, that Monday, the goats can go out and eat and go inside. On Tuesday, on Wednesday, I can run down from where I am and sweep the pen and leave again and come back after service on Sunday. The animals will come out, they will eat inside the compound, they will go inside their bedroom and sleep when they need to sleep. And every animal have a sleeping spot. They have where they used to sleep. If you observe them, they will always go to where they are sleeping every time and sleep there. And then the animals, they also have rank. If you have 100 animals, there is the animal that is number 1, there's animal that is number 2, there's animal that is number 3, down to number 100. All of them have their rank. If animal number 4, animal number 1, 2, 3 can be eating together. If animal number 4 want to come and eat with them, you will see they will pursue him. That's why they fight. When an animal of another rank want to come and eat in the place that doesn't belong to him, they will chase him and fight him because they have rank. So they have intelligence. They have a way of managing their herd. And then if you have animals, goats, you must let a male be in their midst. After you have crossed them, they are all pregnant. Release a male to be with them. The male used to give them confidence. And they have emotions the way we have emotions too. The male used to give them confidence. And the male used to manage systematically the herd. He used to control everything going on there. And because of his presence, some of those small animals they'll behave themselves. And it's just like daddy's around. They'll behave themselves. So don't sell your farm because workers are misbehaving. Sack them. Get another worker. In fact, when you were having your dream of having your farm, that worker did not appear in that dream. So don't let him be the one to frustrate your effort. Many things will go wrong. It will take years before you'll be able to balance and be running a system. Balance and be running the goat farm stresslessly. It will take time, it will take money, it will take strategy, it will take making mistake and correcting your mistake. But in all, quitters never win. Winners, they never quit. Are you seeing it? So if you want to win, I see a lot of people that started goat farm zealously, and because of one or two misbehavior from the workers, they get fed up. Some invested millions in goat farming, and they are getting tired of it. Dot the I's and cross the T's, and you'll get the profits in goat farming. Don't be frustrated, don't be tired. If you're doing something, you didn't get it right, find out the reason why you didn't get it right and correct it. If you correct it, you will be one step better. You correct it again, you'll be one step better. Your workers are not behaving well, no problem. They are not the only workers available. Sack them. I have sacked many people in my farm. I have used different pattern of workers. They are the ones I employ, come and stay there. They are the ones I employ, don't come and stay there. Just sweep the pen, stand and look at the animal, 6 o'clock, close and go to your house. Go to your house. Nothing will happen to my goat in the night. And so I use all those strategies to just, there are times I even use I employ a worker. If I see if I have a shortage of worker, I can employ a worker for any amount. And I've employed a worker for 60,000. Meanwhile, I was paying 40,000 naira. He told me he wants 60,000 naira. I look at the situation. If I don't get this guy, there'll be nobody in the farm, and I'm going to travel to somewhere. I say, okay, come go start work. He now started work. After some days, I saw another person. I said, oh, guy, your money too big. I sack him. I employed a new person. We just have to do what we got to do. There's another person I employed again that worked for 20 days. That one even cost me wahala. He's supposed to come from village to the farm to sweep, feed the animals, and go to his farm. And we agreed that I'll pay him 20,000 naira, no, 30,000 naira at the end of the month. When it was now 20 days, I now saw other workers that were to stay in my farm and do my job well. And I told him that I'll see another worker, you will stop, or today is 20 days. So let's divide 30,000 naira by 30 days times 20 days. He will now give us the number of days you have worked, which is 20,000. He said no. He said it is 1 month. I told him that I was paying him for that 1 month. That we have agreement for 1 month. I said, but you didn't work up to 1 month. He said, I mean, no. He said he can continue the work if I like. That he must collect the 1 month. So there are different experiences that we have seen. I told him, stop. If you continue one work, let me employ you. Let me tell you when to stop. If you continue, I will not pay you. Take your 20,000 naira. The person that brought him, when I went to meet him, I told him, look, it was a situation that made me employ you. I explained it. I cannot be, you cannot be working for me and be doing your farm. So now that I've seen some other people, you got to stop. Let me pay you for what you have done. He said, okay. And I finally paid him. So different situation can necessitate strange actions. But you as the manager must know how to swiftly get things done. And how to swiftly, and you can't just you must be effective. You must use what you have to get the result that you need. And instead of quitting, re-strategize. Are you seeing it? Re-strategize. Okay, take for instance one of the strategy I'm using now. The stocking season is going to be throwing me from different state to different states. I know that. I will not be able to attend to my goats. So I employ 2 vet doctors who are there in the farm, attending to my goats, because I know I won't be there. I'm paying them. It's very high, but I'm not sure the price is as high as the health of my goats. Even though the 2 are there, I'm paying them. They see another person that is still coming. Again, I'm going to still be paying that one to join them. Are you seeing it? Because one of the vet doctors is going to go to, so he's traveling somewhere. He will come back after some time. But people must be on ground. The vet doctors are there because a goat can be sick. An ordinary person may not know what to do. And me, I'm far away. Are you seeing it? So they can attend to. They can help save the animal. They can help. If something happened and 3 goats dies, you've lost. a high number, a big amount of money. So that's under the strategy, just to press one or two buttons and make things work. Press one or two buttons and make things work. I know sections of times I have to call somebody in the village, pay him transport to and fro, and pay him as high as 2,000 to go and do one thing in my farm. The money is high, but it's just for a while, just for that day or 2 days. So instead of looking at the problem and getting frustrated and selling off your animals, selling off your farm, strategize again. Solve the problem. Like I tell my workers sometimes, if the farm is your own, what will you do? You say, I'll work and leave them. I say, do what you will do. If this farm is your own, what will you do? Anything you think you want to do. I will leave them and go. At the end, they'll come out with good results. So also, find solution. Be patient. Good things don't come easy. Don't just start a farm zealously and because workers behave like this and behave like that, or because you buy animals, PPRO slay some of them, co slay some of them, worm slay some of them, some other things slay some of them, then you are just discouraged. No. Solve the problem that you meet. Any problem you meet, solve it. If it's a problem of PPRO that is wiping out your goats, get vaccinated goats. If it's cold that is killing them, cover up their pen, put charcoal. If it's worm that is worrying them, manage the worm. They worm them, break their worm load, and then you have a balanced animal. Are you seeing it? If your workers are misbehaving, which is a very big problem, no problem. Fire the worker, get another one. If that one is misbehaving again, fire him, still get another one. If that one is still misbehaving, fire him, still get another one. Until you get the one that is behaving well. Keep firing them. Because that's your job as the owner. It's your job to hire and fire. So use it. Don't tolerate with anybody just because of. He's wearing you down. Every mistake from the workers cost you money. Any small mistake that we make like this, it will cost you money. It will cost you money. So don't tolerate that mistake. I bought a bike in my farm. One of the workers, he was not able to drive bike, but he was saying he can drive bike. He carried the bike and fell down and scattered the whole bike. The bike is scattered now. All the lights, the trafficator, the speedometer, everything got broken, even though it's still working. But he has caused me that damage and he's no longer in the farm. And if you look back, you will see a lot of damages and bad things workers have done to cost you money. They've spoiled those things and they are not there again. They have gone to live their life. So don't be apologetic about chasing them away. Don't be apologetic about chasing them away. And then one of the patterns to use is don't have one person. Don't have one person in your farm. Sometimes there are times where I have close to 5 workers in my farm. There will be 5 there. And in my farm, there is no work. The only work there is to sweep their pen and give them water to drink. You don't feed the animals. They come out to go and eat by themselves. And just put water there, sweep their pen. Sometimes I'll have 5 people there. The 5 people that I'm having there, maybe like 2 of them, I'm waiting for month end before I'll tell them to go. Then 3 will remain. Out of the 3, I will check anyone that is behaving well. I will see retain and sack. Sometimes I will tell people that, okay, I'm looking for workers. After telling them I'm looking for workers, 2-3 days after, one person will come and say, oh God, I don't see person. I'll say, okay, tell him I go start work. After the next day, the other person will come and tell you that, okay, I don't see worker. You cannot tell him that you are no longer looking for worker. Next time you tell him you're looking for worker, he will not mind you. So I'll tell him I go start work. Another person will come and say, oh God, I don't see 2 people. And they tell them they go start work. So I can have 3, 4, 5. I had 5 people there for no, they're not doing anything. I'm going to pay them, but I'm going to shuffle them.
Thank you for your goodness.
I'm going to shuffle them and pick the ones that I need. I will shuffle them and pick the ones I need from them and let go others. There's 2 crazy boys I have in my farm. They actually work for there were 3. Maybe they worked for like 2 months. I didn't pay them. And those ones were just crazy drug addicts. They would just smoke drug and sleep from morning till night. So they didn't have anywhere to go because they were not actually working for me. They were there. They were working for me before I told them to stop. I chased one away. He left when I was there. When I finally gone, he came back again to the farm. I was looking at him from the camera. He came back to the farm. 3 of them were there. One of them used to go and work for somebody. They used to go and do all those cassava, uproot cassava and peel cassava. He would come back to my farm to come and sleep. So they were there. If my goats run out, I'll tell them, hey, go and pursue the goats inside. You go and give them food to eat. You go and sweep. They were there. But I wasn't paying them. And they weren't having issues. They were just there. At the beginning, I paid them. But later, when they were no longer doing my work, I wasn't paying them. So most times, you have to be swift. Swift. You bend this way, bend this way, bend this way, bend this way. You don't just be rigid. You must be flexible. That flexibility, and most times it will work for your advantage. Most times it will still stress you out. But anyhow, be patient. Don't sell your farm because of any reason. And you've put money into the farm. You bought the land. You build the pen. You build the structure, and don't sell it. Don't sell it. Don't sell it. Just be patient. Just be patient. I'm going to cut this video now and make another video. This is 1 minute, 1 hour, 6 minutes. It's long. This is Animal Paradise. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Animal Paradise Farm. Like our page on Facebook, Animal Paradise Farm. We have 4 WhatsApp group. You want to join one of the WhatsApp group, you can signify. We'll add you to it. Some of them are paid group. The paid group have services. That's why they are paid group. There are services in the paid group. And then we have the free group for people who may not need those services or who cannot pay to qualify themselves for those services. So there's a free group. You can join the free group. I think there was a big issue in the free group yesterday, Sunday. We attended to it. God help the man. The animal is doing well now. So subscribe to our YouTube channel, and then also help us to share. Help us to share our videos, share the link to other people. Let them watch. Share the link to other groups, other goat farming group. Share the link. That's that. Thank you very much. I have some other things to talk about. I want to make another video. Thank you. Bye bye.